Hi, welcome to the Crypto Republic. Before we begin today, if you're serious about staying ahead in this once-in-a-lifetime financial shift, make sure you like this video, drop a comment, and subscribe to the Crypto Republic. Hello, XRP Army, and welcome back to the Crypto Republic, your go-to channel for the latest high-energy updates in digital assets. Before we get started with today's business, make sure to smash that like button, ring that bell, and subscribe to the Crypto Republic, bringing you updates every day at 9 a.m., noon, and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Major institutions are about to pour billions into crypto. XRP holders, tomorrow could be game-changing. We have a massive catalyst coming to the cryptocurrency market. In this video, I'll break down exactly what that catalyst is. I'll also talk about XRP bouncing at very important levels and explain what it means for the XRP price chart. Earlier today, we had a huge confirmation on the charts. Like always, your support means so much to this channel. Thank you to everyone who likes these videos and subscribes. These simple actions help me keep bringing updates. With that said, let's break it down. Let's talk about market catalysts and context. Years, traditional finance resisted crypto. They pushed back as hard as possible. But today, the landscape is very different. One thing I've always told people, doesn't matter what regulators choose to do in the short term. The technology is too powerful to be stopped. Think back to the internet in the 90s. Governments hesitated. Companies protested. People argued it wouldn't work, ladies and gentlemen. And yet, the technology advanced anyway. Blockchain works in a similar way, ladies and gentlemen. No matter who protests or tries to replicate it, the technology persists. For every person who resists, there are 10 more ready to adopt. Eventually, those resisting are left behind. Let's talk about Vanguard. Vanguard is a perfect example. For years, they said, no cryptocurrency on our platform, no way. Clients wanted access, but the firm resisted. I made a video at the time saying, this won't last. People will go to a platform that offers crypto. And tomorrow, Vanguard is reportedly reversing its stance on crypto ETFs. They could open up to $10 trillion in invested funds to the cryptocurrency market. This shows the power of institutional demand. It also highlights why XRP is so well positioned, ladies and gentlemen. Many say it's not XRP, it's Bitcoin. But the truth is Bitcoin is slow. Transaction costs more. It's limited to being a store of value. XRP, on the other hand, offers speed, scalability, and real-world use cases. Let's look at some historical analogies. History shows us that resistance doesn't stop transformative technology. The internet, mobile banking, and e-commerce all face skeptics. People can push back, delay adoption, or try to control progress. Ladies and gentlemen, it doesn't work in the long term or the long run. Technologies that solve real-world problems find a way to grow. You can think of XRP like a river breaking through a dam. The momentum is inevitable once the pressure builds. Let's talk about institutional adoption and market psychology. Many argue that the power is in the hands of the elites. They believe adoption is completely controlled. While elites can delay progress, history proves they cannot stop it. Vanguard's shift is a perfect example. They initially resisted crypto, but within months, they pivoted. This opens access for billions of dollars of client funds. XRP is among the assets likely to benefit from such institutional moves. Adoption is like a domino chain, ladies and gentlemen. Each new listing, partnership, a regulatory update knocks over the next domino. Momentum builds quickly, and XRP sits prominently in that chain. It's also like a slingshot. The more tension during consolidation, the more forceful the eventual momentum. This is what we appear to be seeing now. Let's look at the XRP price action and candlestick patterns for a second. Let's look at the charts. Earlier today, XRP bounced near a critical support zone around $2. This support has held multiple times, indicating accumulation in the market. Resistance sits near $2.40. If price moves above this level, it could signal stronger bullish momentum. Market volatility often shakes weaker hands. Some traders call patterns like this a bear trap, or more humorously, the bear blender. The goal for larger investors may be to accumulate positions, while others react emotionally to price swings. I want you to think of it like fishing in a river. Temporary dips provide opportunities for strategic accumulation, even as some market participants panic. Fundamentals versus daily volatility. Even if price dips short term, fundamentals remain strong. Key factors to watch: institutional interest, adoption and partnerships, liquidity growth. Daily price movements do not reflect the underlying value of XRP. So, for example, if XRP drops 50% in a day, it doesn't mean adoption has failed, ladies and gentlemen. It simply reflects emotional market reactions. Long-term trends are what matter here, always. XRP's fundamentals have strengthened since late 2024, yet the price is roughly the same. This suggests temporary market manipulation or shakeouts might be at play. Let's take a look at historical parallels and analogies. Well, XRP's adoption can be compared to other tech transformations. Google dominated search, but new tech like NVIDIA emerged. Early Google investors still benefited. Similarly, XRP could benefit from early adoption, real-world utility, and institutional interests. Think of adoption like a river system: small tributaries, partnerships, exchanges, listings, regulatory approvals merge to create a strong current. Over time, this current influences the broader market. Let's talk about positioning and strategy for a moment. So what should viewers focus on, you might ask? Don't obsess over daily candle movements. Don't do this. You'll thank me later. Never obsess over daily candle movements. Instead, watch for long-term trends, okay? I want you to look for long-term trends: institutional interest, real-world adoption, market liquidity. Vanguard shows how even powerful institutions may eventually respond to market demand. XRP could be positioned to benefit from these shifts. Remember the slingshot analogy. Consolidation builds momentum for future price movement. Look, I read all the comments, and people sometimes worry about what's going to happen today, tomorrow. Truth be told, the most important thing you can have when you're in the financial arena, you have to have the mechanics of a long-term strategy or plan that you're following. This is why you got into this space in the first place. If you're looking for time horizons that are weekly, monthly, you have a different time horizon in gold than someone who's looking, annually, 3 years, 5 years. Myself and everyone that I work for in any capacity, we have at least half a decade to a decade time horizon. Yeah, you can layer things at different positions for what you want, but you have to understand innovation is a slow process. Look, if you go back to when you hear the term, don't be a Luddite. When England was going through the Industrial Revolution, they went from an agrarian-based society into factory-based. The farmers were pretty pissed off. The farmers were upset that their laborers were going to work in factories. So what did they do in turn? They burned down the factories. Hence the term, don't be a Luddite. But you can't stand in the way of innovation like we were just talking about, okay? This is the one thing that's going to happen no matter what. In my career, I watched the floor of the Mercantile Exchange go from just being timestamps to computers to the floor not even existing. So the only thing that's constant is change. You have to have a long-term horizon. When people invest in this, and the big thing what everyone's talking about, 401ks, your retirement, this money from ETFs now having access to be invested from people and money managers. What this will do, this opens the broader base docking mechanisms for more capital to actually go into this market, which will project the prices in the future. So, if you're going to gamble what's going to be today, tomorrow, you have better odds going to play 3-card Monte on the side of a street or go to a casino and play roulette, okay? But if you want to look at odds, people that play craps in a casino, the odds are on their favor. So time is on your favor in investing. And when time is on your side and in your favor, take out for a second the daily noise. The daily noise can drive you insane. That's why you can only allocate to your investment portfolio what you're willing to lose, okay? So, I'm answering questions about people in comments who, what are they going to do going forward? Have a long-term strategy, a plan. This is for your future. Innovation's on its way. Things are going to change, and the people who can actually take advantage of this, well, they're going to see the biggest benefits in the long run. So have a long-term strategy. This is for your retirement. This is for your legacy, your generational bloodlines. This is what this is for. or even just put a smile on your face in the next 5 to 10 years. But as always, you know, you have to have a strategy. I'm not a licensed consultant here. I'm not someone who's going to give you financial advice. I can only give you jobs play by play what I'm doing and people that have retained myself and my services. Tomorrow could be an important day for crypto. Institutions are showing growing interest. XRP is bouncing at key support levels. Chart patterns suggest potential for continued activity. Focus on fundamentals. Understand price levels and adoption trends. These will guide you better than any daily volatility. Vanguard shift shows institutional interest can change market dynamics quickly. Thank you for watching. If you found this update helpful, like, subscribe, and hit the bell to stay informed. Tomorrow could mark the start of a major phase for crypto, and staying informed is key. As always, ladies and gentlemen, this context is for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be taken as financial advice. Always do your own research and consult a licensed financial advisor before making any investment decision. Remember, the game is changing, and those who understand it first will benefit the most. Make sure you're on the right side of it. You have two choices. You can be like the crowd, reacting after the move, rationalizing why they missed it, telling themselves they'll never let it happen again, or you can be the one who saw behind the curtain, the one who understood the infrastructure shift, the one who positioned early, not randomly, but intentionally. Because some moments in history are loud, but the ones that change everything are quiet, right up until the moment they're not. And this is one of those moments. Do not blink, because the world is distracting you with noise, while XRP continues developing behind the scenes and building momentum in the broader digital asset landscape. Stay sharp, stay informed, accumulate knowledge. Your move now will be remembered. This is not the end of your story. This is just the beginning. This opened your eyes. Smash that like button, ring the bell, and leave a comment with your thoughts. Turn on notifications, and most importantly, subscribe to the Crypto Republic. We break down the major global banking trends shaping digital assets today, giving you context, clarity, and research you can use. Don't just watch history happen. Stay informed, stay ahead, and stay in the Republic.